Part 1. Echoes in the Abyss. A young woman stood on the edge of a precipice, her silhouette stark against the twin moons of the planet Ridian Delta. Dr. Lyra Callahan, a xenobiologist with a penchant for the unknown, peered into the abyss below, a chasm that seemed to swallow the very light. Her heart pounded with a mix of fear and exhilaration. The data readings from her handheld device were off the charts. It was here the ancient signal originated, a remnant of a civilization lost to time. As she contemplated her next move, her comm device crackled to life. "Lyra, status report," came the voice of Captain Elias Voss, commander of the exploration vessel Starlit Endeavor. "They were here, Elias," Lyra replied, her voice tremulous with awe. "The Othalians. This chasm is their vault. I can feel it." "Proceed with caution," Elias warned, his voice laced with concern. "We're picking up irregularities in the planet's magnetic field. It's as if something is trying to cloak the entire region." Lyra nodded, even though he couldn't see her. She began her descent, rappelling down the sheer walls of the chasm, each step taking her deeper into a world forgotten by time. Meanwhile, aboard the Starlit Endeavor, Elias hovered over the hollow map of Ridian Delta. His crew, a ragtag assembly of scientists, engineers, and mercenaries, bustled around him, each focused on their tasks. The ship was a testament to human ingenuity and desperation, a rusting relic of the past century. Yet it was the only vessel capable of reaching this far into the outer rim. "Captain, we have company," called out Tila, the ship's tactician, her eyes fixed on the radar. "A ship just dropped out of hyperspace. It's the Void Serpent." Elias's brow furrowed. The Void Serpent was notorious across the galaxy, a vessel feared for its crew of renegades, led by the ruthless pirate, Darian Kane. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We can't let them intercept Lyra." Back on the planet, Lyra's descent brought her to a ledge where the walls of the chasm opened into a vast cavern. Bioluminescent plants clung to the rock face, casting eerie shadows. In the center stood a monolithic structure, its surface covered in intricate Othalian script. As she approached the monolith, the ground trembled. A low hum resonated from the structure, growing in intensity. Lyra's heart raced. She touched the surface, and it responded, projecting a holographic display of interconnected star systems, with one blinking red. It was a map to the fabled celestial archives, a repository of knowledge believed to contain the secrets of the universe. Above, the Starlit Endeavor tilted violently, the ship rocked by a volley of laser fire. "Return fire," Elias commanded, gripping the railing as the ship's walls reverberated from the impact. "Shields are down to 60%, Tila reported, her fingers dancing over the controls. "Divert all power to engines. We need to get out of their range," Elias ordered, his mind racing to formulate a plan. The ship lurched forward, propulsion systems firing at maximum capacity. But the Void Serpent was relentless, matching their speed with ease. "Captain, they're hailing us," Tila said, her voice tense. Elias hesitated, then nodded. "Patch it through." The main screen flickered to life, revealing Darian Kane's cold, cunning face. His eyes, like chips of blue ice, bore into Elias. "Captain Voss," he drawled, "always a pleasure. Hand over the map location, and I'll let your crew live." Elias's jaw clenched. "You know I can't do that, Darian." A cruel smile played across Darian's lips. "Very well, I'll retrieve it from the wreckage." Back in the cavern, Lyra watched in horror as images from the map interface shimmered, revealing the Void Serpent engaging the Endeavor. She had to act fast. With a deep breath, she activated her comm device. "Elias, I've found the map. I'm transmitting the coordinates now."
"Get ready for a fast extraction." There was a moment's pause filled with static and the sounds of battle. Then Elias's voice came through, determined. "Coordinates received. Hang tight, Lyra. We're on our way. As Lyra turned to leave, a mysterious figure emerged from the shadows, clad in dark flowing robes. His skin was a strange, iridescent hue, and his eyes glowed with an inner light. An Othalion, impossibly alive after millennia. "You have awakened the sentinels," he said. His voice a resonant echo in her mind. "The path to the archives is fraught with peril. You must prove yourself worthy." Before she could respond, the cavern trembled violently, and the monolith began to disintegrate, releasing a surge of energy that hurled Lyra back. She hit the ground hard, her vision fading to black as the world around her shattered. Aboard the starlit Endeavor, the battle raged on, but with Lyra's transmission, Elias had the edge he needed. "Calculate a hyperspace jump to the coordinates," he ordered, adrenaline fueling his focus. The ship's navigation systems whirred into action, plotting a course to the uncharted destination. As the last calculations locked in, Elias gave the command, "Engage the jump." The Endeavor shuddered, its engines roaring to life, and with a blinding flash, it vanished into hyperspace, leaving the Void Serpent to drift in empty space. Back on Ridian Delta, a faint whisper danced through the air as Lyra fell unconscious. "Find the key, and the universe will open to you." Part 2. The Celestial Archives. Consciousness returned to Lyra slowly. She awoke to find herself in the medbay of the starlit Endeavor, the sterile white light a sharp contrast to the dim caverns of Ridian Delta. Her body ached, yet relief washed over her knowing she was safe. For now. The door slid open with a soft hiss, and Elias entered, his face a mix of concern and relief. "Welcome back," he said, handing her a cup of water. "You gave us quite a scare." Lyra managed a weak smile. "I found it, Elias. The map led me to an Othalion, or an apparition of one." He spoke of sentinels and a key. Elias nodded, his mind already racing with possibilities. "We made the jump to the coordinates you sent. According to our sensors, we're on the outskirts of a neutron star system. No sign of habitable planets. But there's something unusual." The scientist in Lyra peaked with interest. "Unusual how?" "There's a structure orbiting the star," Elias said, his voice laced with disbelief. "A massive construct, possibly of Othalion origin. It seems to have its own gravitational field, defying every known law of physics." Determination took root in Lyra's mind. She swung her legs over the side of the bed, pushing herself to stand. "We need to see it." Elias helped her to her feet, admiration and concern warring within him. Together, they made their way to the bridge, where the crew was gathered around the main display, eyes wide with awe. The sight was breathtaking. The immense structure loomed against the backdrop of the swirling star, its surface gleaming with ethereal light. It was a ring, impossibly vast, rotating at a speed that should have torn it apart, yet it remained intact, a defiance of cosmic order. "This is the Celestial Archives," Lyra breathed, her voice filled with reverence. "The Othalion's greatest secret." Before the crew could respond, alarms blared through the ship. Tila's voice cut through the chaos, tense and urgent. "Captain, an energy surge detected from the ring. It's targeting us." Elias's mind raced. "Evasive maneuvers. Divert all power to shields." The ship veered sharply, but the energy wave struck with precision, enveloping the Endeavor in a cascade of light. The viewports filled with a blinding brilliance, and for a moment, all sense of reality seemed to blur. When the light abated, the crew found themselves staring at the impossible. They were no longer orbiting the neutron star, but hovering above a lush, verdant world. The sky was a tapestry of colors, with 3 suns casting their radiant hues across the horizon. "What just happened?" Lyra whispered, awe and confusion warring within her. Elias shook his head, equally at a loss. "I don't know, but we're not where we were." As the ship's systems recalibrated, A voice echoed through the comm system, calm and serene. "Welcome, travelers, to the Nexus world. You have arrived at the Celestial Archives. Prepare to face the Sentinels." Lyra exchanged a glance with Elias. Both understood the gravity of their situation. The Archives had chosen them, but for what purpose? They descended to the surface, leaving the safety of the Endeavor behind. The Nexus world was a marvel, teeming with life, both familiar and alien. Strange flora and fauna thrived in harmony, each ecosystem meticulously balanced. As they ventured deeper, they encountered the first Sentinel. It was a construct, towering and elegant, its form shifting and shimmering as if woven from light. Its voice resonated with authority and wisdom. "To access the knowledge of the Archives, you must prove your worth. Each trial will test your resolve and understanding of the cosmos. Succeed, and the secrets of the universe will be yours. Fail, and your journey ends here." The ground trembled slightly, a path unfurling before them, beckoning toward the unknown. Lyra felt a shiver of anticipation and fear.
This was what she had sought all her life, a chance to unravel the mysteries of the universe. But at what cost? Elias placed a steadying hand on her shoulder. "We face this together." With a nod, Lyra steeled herself, ready to confront the trials of the Sentinels. The path ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, yet it held the promise of discovery and enlightenment. As they embarked on the first trial, neither could foresee the challenges that lay ahead. The Sentinels were guardians of secrets whose complexity and depth were beyond their imagination, and the path to the Archives would test the very limits of their courage and intellect. Part 3. Trials of the Sentinels. The first trial unfolded within a cavern of crystalline formations, the air shimmering with energy. The Sentinel appeared, a holographic apparition with an otherworldly grace. "The trial of knowledge," it intoned, its voice resonating through the chamber. "To proceed, you must solve the enigma of the infinite tesseract." Before them, a geometric construct materialized, a multidimensional puzzle that defied conventional understanding. Its facets glimmered with infinite possibilities, each rotation altering its complexity. Lyra approached the tesseract, her mind racing. Numbers, patterns, and celestial mechanics danced before her eyes. She reached out, her fingers brushing against the cool, geometric surface. Closing her eyes, she focused, drawing upon her extensive knowledge of fractal mathematics and theoretical physics. The structure shifted, responding to her touch, each movement unlocking new dimensions within the construct. Her thoughts flowed like currents, tracing paths through the complex matrix. As she delved deeper, patterns emerged, revealing hidden symmetries and interconnections. Elias watched, his heart pounding with anticipation. He trusted Lyra implicitly, her brilliance and determination unmatched. As the tesseract began to dissolve into light, a sense of triumph surged through him. They were closer to the truth. The Sentinel reappeared, its presence serene. "You have passed the trial of knowledge. Proceed to the next." Their journey continued through a lush valley, the landscape shifting with each step. As they reached the heart of the valley, the second Sentinel emerged, a being of ethereal beauty, its form an intricate dance of light and shadow. "The trial of unity," it declared, its voice a celestial melody. "Only by embracing harmony can you unlock the secrets within." Before them, series of intricate harmonic crystals floated in the air, each resonating with a unique frequency. The notes formed a symphony of cosmic significance, a melody that held the key to unlocking the path forward. Elias stepped forward, his senses attuned to the subtleties of sound and rhythm. As a former musician,
He understood the power of harmony and dissonance. Together with Lyra, they tuned their minds to the frequencies, adjusting and harmonizing the crystals. Slowly, they crafted a melody that resonated with the fabric of the universe itself. The valley responded, a cascade of light and color enveloping them as the path revealed itself. The sentinel nodded, its form shimmering with approval. You have passed the trial of unity. Proceed to the final challenge. As they continued, the journey grew more perilous. The landscape shifted, becoming a labyrinth of shadow and light, where time and space seemed to fracture. The final sentinel awaited them, its presence a paradox of energy and matter. The trial of resolve, it proclaimed, its voice a profound echo. You must confront your deepest fears and doubts. Only by overcoming them can you access the archives. Lyra and Elias exchanged a glance, their resolve unwavering. The path ahead revealed a series of portals, each leading to a vision of their past, present, and future. Lyra stepped forward, her heart pounding. She faced her fears, a haunting memory of her childhood on a barren world, the loss of her parents, the insecurities that plagued her as she pursued her dreams. Yet, with each vision, she found strength in the knowledge she had gained, the lives she had touched. And Lyra stood alone in the void, shadows of her past swirling around her like specters in a dream. Each scene replayed with poignant clarity. The struggles of her early days as an orphan on Tarkos 4, the endless nights spent poring over star charts and manuscripts of long-forgotten alien languages. The solitude of being driven by a purpose few understood. Yet, amid these memories, she found not despair, but a quiet resilience. Her parents' dreams, though unfulfilled, had sparked the fire of her own. Each moment of doubt had propelled her forward. Each failure had been a lesson. She realized that the echoes of the past did not chain her. They provided the rhythm to which she danced. As she embraced these truths, the visions began to dissolve. The darkness receded, revealing a path illuminated by the soft, pulsing light of the cosmos. Lyra's spirit soared with renewed strength. She understood now that the true challenge was not to defeat her fears, but to understand and accept them. Elias, too, faced his own demons. The visions showed him the weight of command, the lives lost due to decisions made in the heat of battle, the moments where leadership had come at the cost of his own peace. Yet, in facing these trials, Elias saw the tapestry of choices that had led him here, to a moment of profound significance. He had always believed that the measure of a leader was not in their infallibility, but in their capacity for growth and compassion. The regrets and mistakes were threads woven into the fabric of who he had become, a leader capable of steering his crew through the most turbulent of cosmic storms. Emerging from his own somber reflections, Elias found himself standing beside Lyra. Their eyes met, a silent understanding passing between them. They had faced their trials, and in doing so had grown stronger, not just as individuals, but as companions on this extraordinary journey. The final sentinel awaited, its presence a serene beacon at the heart of the labyrinth. Its form shifted with kaleidoscopic colors, embodying the harmony of all who had come before. You have completed the trial of resolve, it intoned, its voice a soothing harmony. The archives are now open to you. A portal shimmered into existence, a gateway framed by swirling stardust and luminous tendrils of light. Lyra and Elias stepped through, emerging into a vast chamber that defied description. A place where time and knowledge coalesced into a singular experience. The celestial archives stretched out before them, an endless expanse of knowledge encoded in crystalline structures that floated in the air, each one whispering secrets of the universe. Here were the answers to questions that had puzzled civilizations for eons, the blueprints of stars, the melodies of galaxies, and the stories of countless species. As they explored, an unexpected presence joined them. An Othalion, the same enigmatic figure Lyra had encountered in the chasm on Ridian Delta, stood before them. His form was clearer now, an echo of a once thriving civilization. "You have proven yourselves worthy," the Othalion said, his voice a gentle reverberation. "We are the custodians of the archives, tasked with preserving the wisdom of the cosmos. Our time has passed, but the knowledge endures." Lyra's mind brimmed with questions, the foremost of which tumbled from her lips. Why were we chosen? The custodian's eyes glimmered with ancient understanding. Because you seek not power, but understanding. The archives are a sanctuary for those who would learn, protect, and cherish the wonders of the universe. Elias stepped forward, a sense of wonder in his voice. What happens now? The custodian gestured to the crystalline structures around them. The archives are yours to explore. Share the knowledge, guide others, and protect what you have discovered. This is the legacy you are entrusted with. As the custodian faded into the ambient light of the archives, Lyra and Elias felt a profound sense of responsibility settle upon them. They had not just discovered a repository of forgotten wisdom. They had become its stewards. Time passed differently in the archives, each moment a cascade of discoveries and revelations. They learned of other intelligent species that had once thrived in harmony, of technologies that harnessed the very fabric of space-time, and of philosophies that transcended cultural boundaries. But among these vast pools of knowledge, they also uncovered warnings, cautionary tales of civilizations that had fallen into ruin through hubris and neglect. It was a reminder that knowledge was both a tool and a burden to be wielded with care and humility. As their journey continued, a new determination took root within them. They would return to the starlit endeavor and their galaxy, bearing gifts of enlightenment and understanding. They would seek to reshape their world with the wisdom gleaned from the archives, fostering a future where unity and exploration could flourish. The path ahead was daunting, filled with challenges yet unseen. But as Lyra and Elias prepared to leave the archives, they carried with them the light of countless stars, the hope of entire worlds, and the boundless dreams of those who dared to explore the cosmos. Back aboard the starlit Endeavor, the crew gathered on the bridge, their faces a mix of eagerness and anticipation. The ship, now a vessel of profound knowledge, floated silently in the orbit of the Nexus world, its corridors echoing with the possibilities of the future. Lyra and Elias stood before their companions, the weight of their experience visible in their eyes. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the shared understanding that they had crossed a threshold from which there was no turning back. "We have been entrusted with a gift," Lyra began, her voice steady and filled with conviction. "The celestial archives have given us the keys to unlock mysteries that will shape our universe for generations." Elias nodded, his gaze sweeping over his crew, each one a vital part of their journey. This knowledge carries with it a responsibility, to use it wisely, to share it with those who will honor it, and to protect it from those who would exploit it. Tila, ever the skeptic yet deeply loyal, spoke up from her station. "What exactly did you find in there? Besides more questions, that is." Lyra smiled, her face alight with the thrill of discovery. Entire languages of extinct species, star maps of regions yet unexplored, and technologies beyond our comprehension, each piece a fragment of a greater puzzle. As they discussed their plans, the ship's sensors beeped softly, alerting them to an incoming transmission. The image of a dignified figure materialized on the main display, a representative of the Galactic Council, the governing body of interstellar alliances. Captain Voss, Dr. Callahan, the envoy greeted, their voice formal yet warm. "We received your distress signal and have monitored your progress. Your survival and discovery at the edge of known space is nothing short of extraordinary." Elias exchanged a glance with Lyra, understanding the significance of this communication. "Our journey has led us to the celestial archives. We believe this knowledge could benefit all sentient beings, fostering unity and progress." The envoy's expression shifted, intrigued. "The Council will be eager to hear of your findings. A formal invitation to present at the upcoming convocation will be extended to you." Lyra's mind raced with possibilities. The convocation was a gathering of delegates from every corner of the galaxy, a forum for diplomacy, science, and culture. Here lay the opportunity to share their enlightenment with the galaxy's brightest minds. As preparations for their return to known space began, a sense of anticipation permeated the ship. The crew, once disparate individuals united by chance, had become more than allies. They were a family bonded by shared purpose and vision. The journey back through hyperspace was a time of reflection and preparation. Each member of the crew was tasked with cataloging specific sections of the archives to present to the Council, an endeavor that would challenge and enrich them all. Amid these preparations, Lyra found solace in the ship's observation deck, the endless expanse of stars stretching before her like an open book. She marveled at the cosmic wonders surrounding them, each twinkling light holding stories untold. It was here, amidst the starry tableau, that she encountered a new presence. A holographic projection shimmered into view beside her, a young Ophalian with a curious expression. Unlike the ancient custodian, this projection seemed imbued with a youthful vitality. "Hello," the Ophalian greeted, their voice a sweet melody. "I am Orin, a guide and companion for those who seek the wisdom of the archives." Lyra was taken aback, yet intrigued by this unexpected encounter. "Orin, it's an honor to meet you. Are you part of the archive's security system?" Orin's eyes twinkled with amusement. "In a way, I am a synthesis of the knowledge within the archives, designed to assist those who seek understanding. I can be your guide on this new journey." Together they explored the possibilities that lay within the archive's vast repository. Orin shared stories of civilizations that had risen to greatness and those that had fallen, each tale a lesson in growth, ambition, and compassion. As they conversed, Lyra found herself inspired by the Ophalian's wisdom and perspective. It was as if a bridge had been formed between past and present, between lost civilizations and those yet to come. With Orin's guidance, Lyra began to see the immense potential of their discovery, not just as a tool for advancement, but as a catalyst for unity across the stars. The archives held the power to transform not only their understanding of science and technology, but to foster a greater spirit of cooperation and peace among the disparate galaxies. Back on the bridge, the crew gathered once more as the starlit Endeavor approached the boundaries of known space. The ship's return was met with wonder and curiosity from those they had left behind, a beacon of hope amidst the uncertainties of the universe. As they prepared to make contact with the Galactic Council, Lyra felt a quiet certainty settle within her. They were not alone in this vast, mysterious cosmos. They were part of a grand tapestry of existence, woven together by the shared dreams and aspirations of countless beings throughout time. The journey was far from over. New challenges awaited, and with them, new opportunities for growth and discovery. But whatever the future held, Lyra knew they would face it together, guided by the light of the stars and the boundless potential of the human spirit. Part 4. The Gathering of Stars. The starlit Endeavour emerged from hyperspace, its sleek form gliding into the embrace of the bustling hub known as the astral expanse, a vibrant nexus of trade and culture at the heart of the galaxy. The station was a colossal structure, a testament to the ingenuity of countless species, orbiting a serene blue planet like a jewel in a cosmic crown. As the ship docked, Lyra and Elias, along with their crew, prepared to disembark. The atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. Delegates from every corner of the galaxy were gathering for the convocation, and the Endeavor's discoveries promised to be the highlight of the event. Upon stepping onto the station's concourse, they were greeted by a diverse array of beings, each more exotic than the last. Lyra marveled at the cacophony of colors, sounds, and scents that filled the air. Traders and diplomats mingled with scholars and explorers, their attire reflecting a myriad of cultures and traditions. As they made their way toward the grand hall where the convocation was to be held, a figure emerged from the crowd, striding toward them with a confident ease. It was Ambassador Seraphine, a luminary of the Galactic Council, known for her diplomatic acumen and visionary leadership. Her presence was commanding, her gaze a mixture of curiosity and warmth. "Dr. Callahan, Captain Voss," she intoned, her voice resonant and melodic. "The galaxy eagerly awaits your account of the celestial archives. Your journey has captivated us all." Elias inclined his head in acknowledgement. "We are honored to share what we have learned, Ambassador. The potential of these discoveries is beyond measure." With Seraphine as their guide, they entered the grand hall, its vaulted ceilings gleaming with starlight simulacra. The chamber was filled with representatives from myriad worlds, each species unique, yet united in their pursuit of knowledge and collaboration. As the proceedings commenced, Lyra felt a thrill of excitement. She and her team took their place on the central dais, a platform equipped with holographic arrays designed to project their findings for all to see. The hall fell silent as Lyra began to speak, her voice carrying the weight of their incredible journey. With a gesture, the archive's data streamed into the air, forming intricate patterns and cascading streams of information. A symphony of light that mesmerized the audience. "The celestial archives are a testament to the wisdom of the Authalians," Lyra explained, her words weaving tales of the rich histories and knowledge contained within. "They offer insights into the very nature of the universe and the potential for harmonious coexistence." As the presentation unfolded, the delegates were swept into a world of possibilities. They witnessed holographic depictions of ancient star systems, learned of lost technologies capable of reshaping their understanding of physics, and glimpsed the cultural and philosophical riches of civilizations long gone. Among the attendees, an enigmatic figure watched with intense interest. This was Asha Vey, a renowned scientist from the planet Vorsai, known for her groundbreaking work in energy manipulation. Her mind raced with thoughts of how the knowledge might be harnessed to break new ground in sustainable technologies. After the presentation concluded, the hall erupted in applause, a wave of appreciation that resonated throughout the chamber. As Lyra and Elias stepped down from the dais, they were approached by Asha, her eyes alight with curiosity. "Your discoveries are truly extraordinary," Asha said, her voice vibrant with the energy of thought. "The applications for sustainable energy alone could redefine how civilizations power themselves." Lyra smiled, recognizing in Asha a kindred spirit. "The potential is immense, but we must approach it with caution and collaboration." The lessons of the archives teach us that unchecked ambition can lead to ruin. As conversations flowed, the convocation became a fertile ground for new ideas and alliances. Scientists, diplomats, and innovators gathered in clusters, their discussions animated with the possibilities of a future shaped by the shared knowledge of the archives. A sense of unity blossomed among them, a renewed determination to foster understanding and cooperation across the galaxy. The convocation was not just a meeting of minds. It was the beginning of a new era, one where the boundaries of what was possible were limited only by the imagination and integrity of those who dared to dream. As the sun set over the astral expanse, casting the station in hues of gold and sapphire, Lyra and Elias found a moment of quiet on a secluded observation deck. The stars twinkled above, a reminder of the vastness of their journey and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. Elias turned to Lyra, his gaze reflecting the shared experiences that had brought them here. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" Lyra nodded, a sense of fulfillment washing over her. "And there's so much more to discover. The archives are just the beginning. Who knows what other wonders await us?" Together, they stood beneath the starlit sky, their hearts filled with hope and resolve. The universe, vast and mysterious, beckoned with open arms, a promise of new adventures and discoveries yet to come. They were ready to embrace the future, to chart new courses among the stars, and to continue the journey that had begun with the echoes of an ancient civilization and led them to the threshold of a brighter tomorrow. The convocation marked the beginning of a transformative era for the galaxy. But as its momentum carried forward, so too did the ripples of the past spread across the astral expanse. As the days unfolded with meetings and collaborations, a peculiar presence made itself known, whispering through the corridors of the grand space station. In the quiet aftermath of their presentation, Lyra found herself deep in thought within the botanical gardens, a sanctuary of tranquility amidst the bustling hub. Bioluminescent flora from countless worlds glowed softly, casting an ethereal light. Here, amidst the gentle rustling of leaves and the faint hum of distant voices, she could reflect on the journey that lay ahead. A soft rustle behind her pulled Lyra from her thoughts. She turned to find a small, luminous creature gazing up at her with wide, curious eyes. It was an elantry, a rare and delicate species known for their gentle nature and ability to resonate with the emotions around them. This particular one seemed drawn to Lyra's contemplative energy, its iridescent form flickering with a soft, welcoming glow. Intrigued, Lyra knelt down, extending a hand toward the creature. The elantry approached cautiously, its skin shimmering with a spectrum of colors, a silent symphony of light. As it touched her palm, Lyra experienced a sudden surge of connection, a deep, intuitive understanding that transcended words. Suddenly, the garden shifted around her. The vivid hues of the plants deepened, and Lyra felt herself drawn into a vision, a glimpse of events, unspooling like threads of a cosmic tapestry. She saw worlds thriving with life, technologies integrating seamlessly with nature, societies flourishing in harmony. But the vision darkened, revealing a fracture, a shadow spreading across the harmonious landscape. It was a subtle warning, a reminder of the balance that must be maintained between progress and preservation. Lyra's heart ached with the weight of this insight. The knowledge of the archives was a beacon, yet the responsibility it carried was immense. As the vision faded, she found herself back in the garden, the Elantri looking at her with understanding eyes.
"Thank you," she murmured, realizing that her journey was entwined not only with the stars, but with the living tapestry of the cosmos itself. The Elantri chirped softly, its presence a comforting reminder of the interconnectedness of all life. Later, as Lyra reunited with Elias and Asha at a small cafe overlooking the bustling promenade, she shared the vision and the creature's insight. The discussion that followed was thoughtful and energized, each of them pondering the delicate dance between innovation and preservation. "We must proceed with wisdom," Asha reflected, sipping a fragrant tea from her home planet. "The archives give us power, but it's a power rooted in understanding and respect for the cosmos." Elias nodded, a thoughtful expression on his face. "In the past, we've seen how ambition unchecked can lead to devastation. This time, we have the chance to guide the galaxy toward a brighter future." As the evening deepened into night, the trio sat together, contemplating the vastness of their shared responsibility. Outside, the stars glittered like ethereal lanterns, each one a reminder of the endless possibilities and the timeless journey they were part of. A gentle chime interrupted their musings, drawing their attention to the holoscreen in the corner. A message from the Galactic Council glowed softly, inviting them to join a new initiative, a consortium dedicated to exploring the integration of the archive's knowledge with emerging technologies and cultural practices. The opportunity was unprecedented, a chance to shape the future, to ensure that the wisdom of the archives was woven into the very fabric of galactic society. With renewed purpose, Lyra, Elias, and Asha accepted the invitation, ready to embark on the next chapter of their journey. Together, they would navigate the complexities of this evolving galaxy, mindful of the lessons they had learned and the visions they had glimpsed. The road ahead was as vast and unknowable as the starlit sky, but united in purpose and spirit, they were poised to forge a path that honored both the wisdom of the ancients and the vibrant potential of tomorrow. The luminescent corridors of the astral expanse buzzed with a vibrant synergy as the consortium assembled in the council's dome. A vast, transparent structure perched at the edge of the station, offering an unobstructed view of the galactic panorama. Here, among representatives from innumerable worlds, the seeds of the galaxy's future were sown. Lyra, Elias, and Asha found themselves in a realm of possibilities as they joined the initiative's first assembly. The ambiance was alive with optimism and collaboration, a mosaic of different voices and perspectives united by a common goal: harnessing the knowledge of the celestial archives to elevate and sustain life across the stars. Among the attendees was an intriguing figure, Joran, a Scythian historian whose expertise in cultural synthesis was renowned. Her species, characterized by their intricate, morphing skin patterns that reflected their emotions, was known for its adaptability and resilience. Joran's presence brought a profound understanding of how cultures could evolve harmoniously alongside technological advancements. "I've heard much about your discoveries," Joran remarked, her voice a soothing mix of tones, reflecting her interest and hope. "The archives offer us a chance to rethink how we integrate technology, culture, and nature." Lyra nodded, recognizing in Joran a kindred spirit. "It's a delicate balance, weaving the old with the new. But with collaboration, we can create a future where every world thrives." The consortium's discussions unfolded over several days, each session a deep dive into the vast potential the archives presented.
Topics ranged from energy innovations to cultural preservation. The conversations rich with insights and strategies for navigating the labyrinthine complexities of galactic society. As the dialogue deepened, so too did the connections between those present. New alliances formed organically, their foundations built on mutual respect and shared vision. The sense of community blossomed, a testament to the power of collective imagination and purpose. One evening, as the assembly adjourned, Lyra found herself strolling through the Arboretum, a lush, verdant haven where paths wound through gardens representing diverse ecosystems. The air was cool and fragrant, each step a sensory delight. As she explored, she stumbled upon a quiet gathering of beings encircling a small, serene pond. In their midst was a Tethan elder, glimpsed only rarely beyond their secluded waterworlds. The elder's presence was both calming and profound, his voice like the gentle lapping of waves as he shared stories of his people's symbiotic relationship with their liquid environment. Lyra lingered at the edge of the assembly, captivated by the elder's words. The Tethan's tales echoed within her, resonating with her own visions of balance and unity. It was a reminder, she realized, that wisdom dwelled not only in ancient tomes and star charts, but in the lived experiences of every species. The gathering dispersed, leaving Lyra in a moment of introspection by the pond's edge. A reflection of stars danced on the water's surface, a celestial waltz mirrored in the depths below. She was joined by Asha, who had been likewise entranced by the elder's stories. "We have so much to learn from each other," Asha mused, breaking the comfortable silence between them as she watched the play of light on the water. Every world, every culture, holds a piece of the puzzle. Lyra smiled, her heart full with the weight and wonder of their mission. Together, we can find the harmony we seek. The archives, the galaxy, they're an intricate tapestry, and we are but threads within it. As they stood contemplating the quiet beauty of the moment, they knew that the path they walked was one of profound responsibility and limitless potential. There was a dawning recognition that the consortium was more than an assembly of individuals. It was a beacon of inspiration, a promise of what could be achieved when the galaxy united, under the banner of shared wisdom and hope. In the days that followed, they returned to their work with renewed vigor. Projects were initiated, research teams formed, and the momentum toward a unified future continued to build. The spirit of the archives infused each endeavor, driving them forward with the enduring promise of discovery and connection. Through it all, the stars continued their ageless dance across the galaxy, silent witnesses to the unfolding journey of those who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. And as Lyra, Elias, and their newfound allies forged ahead, they carried with them the certain knowledge that every step was a stride toward that shining horizon, where the wonders of the universe awaited. As the consortium's initiatives unfolded, an air of excitement and discovery permeated the astral expanse. Breakthroughs emerged from the convergence of minds, sustainable energy solutions inspired by the archive's blueprints, and cultural exchanges that deepened understanding and empathy among species. One early morning, Lyra found herself drawn back to the observatory, a sanctuary perched high within the station that offered unparalleled views of the cosmos. Here, she often sought solace and reflection, letting the vastness of space remind her of the boundless possibilities that lay before them. As she gazed out at the tapestry of stars, an unexpected sight captured her attention. A luminous anomaly, a comet trailing iridescent tendrils of light, weaving its way across the heavens. It was unlike any celestial object she had seen before, its presence exuding a mysterious allure. Intrigued, Lyra accessed the station's telescopic array,
enhancing her view of the comet.
To her astonishment, the anomaly appeared to pulse with a rhythmic energy, as if communicating with the universe in a language of light. Drawn by the comet's enigmatic beauty, Lyra reached for her comm device. "Elias, Asha, you need to see this," she said, her voice filled with wonder. "There's something extraordinary in the sky." Within moments, Elias and Asha joined her in the observatory, their eyes widening in awe at the sight. The comet's vibrant display filled the room with a kaleidoscope of colors, each pulse resonating through the air with a gentle hum. "What do you think it is?" Asha asked, her voice a mix of scientific curiosity and childlike wonder. Elias leaned closer to the screen, his analytical mind racing. A natural phenomenon, or perhaps something more. With the comet's approach coinciding with the consortium's endeavors, the three of them sensed a potential connection, an unspoken message woven into the cosmic tapestry, waiting to be deciphered. They decided to share their observations with Joran, whose cultural insights and historical knowledge proved invaluable. Together, they delved into the archives, cross-referencing data with ancient star charts and myths from countless civilizations. Joran's eyes sparkled with intrigue as she sifted through the records. Many cultures speak of celestial messengers, beacons sent to guide, to warn, or to inspire. The comet's arrival could be a sign, a catalyst for change. As they unraveled the comet's potential significance, the consortium buzzed with excitement, each member eager to discover the patterns and meanings embedded within its luminous trail. Meanwhile, the comet continued its celestial journey, drawing closer with each passing day. Its presence inspired a sense of unity and purpose, prompting discussions of shared values and visions for the future. One evening, under the comet's radiant glow, the consortium gathered in the open-air amphitheater, a place where ideas flowed as freely as the stars above. The air was filled with anticipation, and the comet's light bathed the assembly in a serene luminescence. Lyra addressed the gathering, her voice carrying the hope and determination that had fueled their journey. The comet is a reminder that we are not alone in this vast universe. Its presence invites us to listen, to learn, and to chart a course guided by the wisdom of those who came before us. Asha added her voice to the chorus of inspiration. Together, we have the opportunity to create a legacy of harmony and innovation, a future where knowledge is shared and all beings thrive. As the assembly responded with applause, the comet continued its silent vigil in the sky. A beacon of possibility that transcended the boundaries of space and time. The evening concluded with a quiet moment of reflection. Beneath the vast expanse of the cosmos, Lyra, Elias, and their companions felt the gentle pull of destiny, a call to embrace the unity and potential that lay at the heart of their journey. With the comet as their guide, the consortium's work pressed on, each day a step closer to realizing the vision of a connected and harmonious galaxy. And as they moved forward, they carried with them the understanding that their paths were part of a grander tapestry, woven together by the shared aspirations and dreams of all who gazed upon the stars.